Ready, Monica ma'am? Over to you.
Dear respected global educator, welcome. We are thrilled to welcome to you in ES Institute. Your presence is blessing and we are honored to have you with us. You inspire us with your wisdom and your insight makes us curious and eager to learn. The next 30 minutes are all yours. We are ready to absorb your every word and idea you shared with us. Thank you for being here. We look forward to a fantastic session, ma'am.
Over to you, my dear respected Isabel ma'am. Greetings. Over to you. You may start and please consider
Yes.
with 30 minutes. Next 30 minutes are all yours.
Okay. Hi all. Thank you for this invitation. And in this opportunity, I would like to share some topics about the job leadership. It's very quickly because I don't have some time to share. And I would like to share my PPT because it's important to understand some topics. Okay. Can you confirm, please?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We can see it.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, it's okay. The
Yes,
presentation.
ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. And And I would like to start this presentation in the focus about the job leadership because I think that this in this group is a different job people in different country, in different city. And I would like to start with the SDG, in special the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, because I decided to identify some words between these 70 goals because the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations emphasize fulfillment on the 2030 agenda, for which 70 goals establishes what the actions with the care performance in some way are related to the SDGs, either in one, two, or more goals. In this case, the agenda 2030 reflects the needs all our children, young person with disabilities, uh, older person, indigenous peoples, refugees, and internally displaced person and migrants, among others. Identify different boards because sustainability, equality, universality, and commitment, because this is the focus about the relation with that in general to the 17 SDGs. Okay, and in the next PPT, okay, I understand about the different characteristic about the agenda because it's important to identify. For example, all people speak about the 17 goals. However, it's necessary to identify what is the different indicator because it's independent of the city of the country. The development is different, so continuous in different aspects. A different characteristic of the 2030 agenda is, for example, indivisible. A different synergy between the objective and not totally fragmented. Is universal because it's equal obligation for all countries. It's integral because propose the critical links between social, economic, and environmental. This is the focus about the sustainability. And civilizational propose the elimination of poverty and extreme poverty, and it's an ethical imperatives, but with productivity, decent jobs, social protection, education, and health with this country. The focus in general is holistic view and linkages between peace, security, rights, and development with equal rights. It is this important too. And that 232 indicator is in the relation with all 17 goals in general. And it's important to identify because the people is the in the BPT. What is the role do young people and old play in different SDGs? About more than 19% of their life in development regions, for example, skills and opportunity need to develop their potential, and job organization need to encourage and empower them to participate in the implementation of the public policies at local, regional, and national level of the 2030 agenda. It's important because uh, for example, in Latin America and in general, the more results or the objectives identify in general the national in the national level because not all people understand what is the focus about the local and regional level because in the geography difference, the rural area in the is different too. For example, in different country, identify some different characteristics in not only in a regional areas or geographicality is identified because the difference needs problems, the poverty is different too, in not only in one country. In this case, I put some children, for example, because it's important to empower the young people, so the young people, because I think that is the focus in general to agents of change. Um, for example, what is the role of the people? However, who are young people? There are currently 1.2 billion young people between the age on, for example, 15 to 20, 24, 16% of the world population. By 2030, the target date for the Sustainable Development Goals is estimated that the number of young people will have increased by 7%, reaching almost 1.3 billion. Young people need to acquire the educational skills and need to contribute to the productive economy, and they need access to the labor maker. But it's important to recognize the role of the young people. In according to the International Labor Organization, the unemployment rate of the young people in Latin America and the Caribbean it reached 15.3% in 2015, and a figure three times higher to them than at of the adults. In the other case, the United Nations and jobs building on this global coverage role. The United Nations, for example, is an equality positioned to act as sources of protection and support for young people, as this is a platform through which the needs of young people can be addressed. Young people can make their voice resonant and their commitment and can advance. But it's important to recognize the role of the young people. For example, the roles in special is critical thinkers, change agents, innovators, and communicators. But it's a more important characteristic for the young people in general, because it's important to recognize that young people participate in different NGOs, in different groups, and understand with the problematic in the community, and identify this possible solution in the community in general. In the next PPT, I share some imagine, because it's important to recognize what is happening about in my mind. I think in one word, for example, they recognize that different problems in my community. What is a possible solution? Because, and I consider with the agent of change, independent of the young people in the adult, because the feeling is compared and shared with the all people in general. Agents of change identify the quality, identifies the contribute with the community, and identify the different goals in relation with the SDGs. Because different problems and different solutions is in according to the SDGs, the 17 SDGs in the poverty, in the education, in the environment, in the health in general. Leadership with an equality and respecting the teacher, because it's important to recognize with the student, with relation with the teacher, with the community, with the parents. I think that this in the global environment, because the participation in different initiative is important to contribute, because the first assertive leadership comes to the work that builds trust in equal opportunities and inclusion. I recognize this part because, for example, achieving assertive leadership implies recognize what type of leadership is exercised with making decisions, having access to knowledge, the tools that all use and improve those skills, and achievement contributes to work towards the achievement of the objective in the place where work. Having access to knowledge for both men, women, people with greater purchasing power, and others with less, or with cultural diversity allows wandering, the vision of the leader to exercise the field of action in establishing roles of the game on among the members. And it's necessary to recognize the other point because the role we are one of the performance as a leader, which is the different environment, must generate commitment, motivation, and trust building with this their community and ensure equal opportunity. It is important to recognize the other. The young people consider as a set of agent of change, ability to promote the SDGs. Young, in general, many young organization collective in different collectives are the ones that have to have initiative or to influence some needs to population in the case of the in different problems. But what make you a leader? We must know the people who we work in our teams and see how to work with each one of them. Have the ability to solve any problems in different community. I know how to delegate tasks. Have an open and innovative mind is important, and know how to communicate what is the being asked. It's important to this part. And the next, this is your participation. Probably, in general, the young people are actively involved in the society. We them have something challenge, which is important to recognize this. Which is important to participation in the public sector, in the private sector, NGOs, academic, and other space to promote this motivation to contribute to the community. Young people actively participate in decision making and give them the opportunity to be heard, which is important to information. And this is more information about the United Nations Youth Agenda, the Guide to the World Program in Action of Youth. It covers 15 priority areas of youth and contain proposals for action in each of these areas up to the General Assembly in 1995. And this is important to share this words of these phrases because it's important to recognize the power to change the world. It is in use the power in education. And thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so
Isabel
much.
ma'am, can you ask few questions also to them about SDG? Ma'am got disconnected. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Isabel ma'am, could you ask few questions to them related to that? Yeah.
I would like to comment about my experience because when I start my motivation about contribute with my community, for example, when I started at university more years ago. However, when I finished my career and I identify some problems about the community because okay, in different people study different professionals. However, in my case, my motivation it was to contribute my community, and I work in the Ministry of Education here in Peru. My I have different motivation because I choose this work on a project in the public sector in general. It's different to when people work in the private sector because in a have the other focus about the experience about the trajectory in professional trajectory. Now, in my work, it's important for me, however, and I participate in other spaces, for example, in different NGOs, and I have the coordinator in other NGOs in Latin America, or represent different community. However, and I identify my I identify some skills about the in different NGO. However, I promote to the participation to the job people because I understand with the this is the future. This is a different agent of change, and then I know different solution with the in community in general. Now I would like to share some words because it's important to motivate this group of people here. And I think that is the children, because it's important to, and I very happy, and I surprised this group to share this experience about me. Independent of that difference, winner, because I have obtained some winners in general. It's necessary to contribute with the society, because I'm very happy to share this experience, and I'm very happy to share not only with education, with especially in other topics, because now and I have motivated to study, because I'm an economist. However, I like that some mathematics, I like some numbers now, and I start my master degree in statistics, because it's important for me, because and I understand with the okay. The first, or when I final my career and I identify some skills, okay, and I work and I start my work. However, I think that is that step by step or year by year, it is that possible to change some knowledge, some skills, identify other motivation to continue studying. And I think it's important to share this word with you, because it's necessary to understand what is the community in general, or in the globalization, is more and more challenge, and the challenge is start with the person. Thank you so much.
Thank you to you, ma'am. Monica, ma'am, could you please like to end up it? Unmute yourself, Monica, ma'am. Unmute yourself.
Dear respected global educator, thank you so much. It was an amazing session. We are grateful for the knowledge and insight you shared with us. We wish we had more time, but we are excited to continue learning from you next month. Looking forward to it. Thank you again for making this session so informative and engaging. You are an inspiration to all us. Please come back soon. We can't wait to learn from you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Me and Isabel, ma'am, we were looking for the more interactive session in the future. So we can have a quick question answer round also for the next time. So you can share your PDF to us. So I'll be sharing it to our students so they can try to connect with your each of the things which you have actually tried to teach them. Thank you so much once again, and we'll be looking forward for the new sessions too.
Thanks, William, ma'am. Thanks a
Thanks a
bunch,
lot,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thanks a treat.